In Module 1, we explore the molecular foundations of life, cell biology, genetics, and taxonomy. Now, we are going to apply those foundations to understand life at larger scales, entire ecosystems, the diversity of organisms, and the adaptations that enable them to survive in different environments. We'll begin with aquatic biology, examining freshwater and marine ecosystems. Then we'll move into the diversity of life, looking closely at plants, invertebrates, and vertebrates. Finally, we'll study evolutionary principles and ecological relationships, the glue that binds species and environments together. Section 1: Aquatic Biology. Aquatic biology is the study of life in water, both freshwater and marine environments. Water covers over 70% of Earth's surface, and it is home to an incredible diversity of life forms. Freshwater biology. Freshwater habitats include rivers, lakes, ponds, and wetlands. These ecosystems have relatively low concentrations of dissolved salts, usually less than 1%. Key characteristics of freshwater systems. Flow rate. Lotic systems, like rivers and streams, have moving water, while lentic systems, lakes and ponds, have still water. Oxygen levels. Flowing water usually has more dissolved oxygen than stagnant water. Light penetration determines photosynthetic activity. Shallow lakes with clear water often have rich plant and algal growth. Freshwater organisms have adaptations to regulate their internal water and salt balance. For example, freshwater fish are constantly gaining water by osmosis, so they excrete large amounts of dilute urine. Marine biology. Marine environments include oceans, coral reefs, and estuaries. The salinity of seawater averages about 3.5%. Oceans are divided into zones. Intertidal zone, area between high and low tide, subject to periodic exposure to air. Neritic zone, coastal waters over the continental shelf, rich in nutrients and biodiversity. Oceanic zone, deep waters beyond the continental shelf. Benthic zone, the seafloor environment. Marine life shows remarkable diversity, from microscopic plankton to massive whales. Organisms must adapt to salinity, pressure, and sometimes extreme darkness. Section 2: Plant diversity and evolutionary adaptations. Plants have evolved from simple, water-dependent forms to complex, land-adapted organisms capable of surviving in a wide range of habitats. Bryophytes. Bryophytes, mosses, liverworts, and hornworts are small, non-vascular plants that lack specialized tissue for transporting water and nutrients. They rely on diffusion and are typically found in moist environments. Pteridophytes. Pteridophytes, ferns and their relatives, are vascular plants but reproduce via spores instead of seeds. They have true roots, stems, and leaves, which allow them to grow taller than bryophytes. Gymnosperms. Gymnosperms are seed-producing plants whose seeds are not enclosed in an ovary. Examples include conifers like pines and spruces. They have adaptations for dry environments, such as needle-like leaves and thick cuticles. Angiosperms. Angiosperms, or flowering plants, are the most diverse plant group. They produce seeds enclosed within fruits, which protect the seed and aid in dispersal. Angiosperms have co-evolved with pollinators, developing flowers that attract insects, birds, or bats. Section 3: Invertebrate diversity. Invertebrates are animals without backbones. They make up over 95% of all animal species and occupy nearly every environment on Earth. Porifera, sponges. Simple, sessile animals with porous bodies. They filter feed by drawing water through their pores. Cnidaria. Includes jellyfish, corals, and sea anemones. They have radial symmetry and specialized stinging cells called cnidocytes. Platyhelminths, flatworms. Bilateral symmetry, 3 tissue layers, and a flattened body. Some are free-living, while others are parasitic. Mollusca. Includes snails, clams, squids, and octopuses. Mollusks have a soft body, often protected by a shell, and a muscular foot for movement. Arthropoda. The most diverse phylum, including insects, crustaceans, and arachnids. They have exoskeletons, segmented bodies, and jointed appendages. Echinodermata. Include sea stars, sea urchins, and sand dollars. They have radial symmetry as adults and a water vascular system for movement. Section 4. Vertebrate diversity. Vertebrates have a backbone or spinal column, part of an internal skeleton that supports the body. Fish. Fish are the earliest vertebrates. They can be jawless, lampreys, hagfish, cartilaginous, sharks, rays, or bony, salmon, trout. Amphibians. Amphibians like frogs, salamanders, and Sicilian have life cycles that include both aquatic and terrestrial stages. Reptiles. Reptiles, including snakes, lizards, turtles, and crocodiles, are adapted to life on land, with scaly skin and amniotic eggs. Birds. Birds have feathers, hollow bones, and high metabolic rates. They are adapted for flight, though some species are flightless. Mammals. Mammals are characterized by hair or fur, mammary glands, and live birth in most species. They include monotremes, marsupials, and placental mammals. Section 5. Evolutionary adaptations. Adaptations are heritable traits that increase an organism's ability to survive and reproduce in a given environment. Types of adaptations. Structural adaptations, physical features like a giraffe's long neck or cactus spines. Physiological adaptations, internal functions like antifreeze proteins in Arctic fish. Behavioral adaptations, actions like migration, hibernation, or tool use. Natural selection is the primary mechanism driving adaptation. Individuals with advantageous traits tend to survive longer and produce more offspring, spreading those traits in the population. Section 6. Basic ecology and environmental relationships. Ecology is the study of interactions between organisms and their environment. Levels of organization. Organism population community ecosystem biosphere. Types of interactions. Predation, one organism kills and eats another. Parasitism, one organism benefits, the other is harmed. Mutualism, both organisms benefit. Commensalism, one benefits, the other is unaffected. Competition, organisms vie for the same resources. Energy flow. Energy enters ecosystems through photosynthesis, moves through food chains, and is eventually lost as heat. Nutrient cycling. Essential elements like carbon, nitrogen, and phosphorus are cycled through ecosystems via biogeochemical processes. Section 7. Conservation biology and human impact. Human activities such as deforestation, overfishing, pollution, and climate change threaten biodiversity. Conservation biology seeks to protect species, habitats, and ecosystems. Strategies include protected areas like national parks, restoration ecology to rehabilitate damaged ecosystems, sustainable resource management to balance human needs with environmental protection. Conclusion to Module 2. In this module, we've expanded from the microscopic level of life to the vast complexity of ecosystems and the diversity of life on Earth. We've seen how organisms adapt, interact, and fit into the larger web of life. By combining the knowledge from Module 1 covering molecular biology, cell structure, and genetics, with the ecological and evolutionary principles from Module 2, you now have a comprehensive foundation for more advanced studies in biology.